A 2010 report published by Dr. Andre B. Posse, Ph.D., examined the rate of sexual violence against Indigenous people. The statistics were alarming. According to the National Intimate Partner and Sexual Violence Survey, 4 out of 5 of the Indigenous women surveyed had experienced sexual violence in their lifetime. I'm Vicki Dabnett, and I'd like to speak today about the statistics and the path to bringing this public health crisis under control. The 2010 report by Dr. Posse expressed that 84.3% of all Indigenous women surveyed experienced sexual violence in their lifetime, 39.8% in the previous year. 96% of these attacks were interracial. Sexual assault statistics are gathered through self-reporting. The General Social Survey of 2014 established that nearly 83% of Indigenous women do not report these types of crimes to the authorities. In 1994, the Violence Against Women Act was passed as a means to establish a structured response for the federal government to better protect women and provide improved services for victims of sexual violence. The VAWA has been reauthorized 3 times since, in 2000, 2005, and 2013. And with each of these reauthorizations, new provisions are written in to better protect women. The 2013 provisions were expressly designed to address and respond to the violence against American Indian and Alaskan Native women. The reauthorization included enhanced protections for special domestic violence jurisdiction to individual tribes that were previously allowed jurisdiction over non-native perpetrators. In a limited way, this fixed the Oliphant v. Suquamish tribe findings in 1978, in which the Supreme Court established that the Suquamish tribe jurisdiction did not extend to its tribal sovereign right to govern itself in cases of murder and rape against Indigenous women when the perpetrator was a non-native man on native soil. Even with these provisions, there are significant obstacles for Native women. Most Native women do not have the ability to reach services. And it does not address unique needs of Indigenous people. Mainstream victim advocacy programs do not meet these needs. The highly structured programs aimed at Caucasian women and domestic violence do not provide for the tribal perspective on healing the family and the community. Geographically, the majority of Native women have no means to physically attend established programs outside their communities. Other services that are specific to Indigenous needs are not always accessible or provide information about their service in the community they serve. As an answer to the community needs of Native people, the National Indigenous Women's Resource Center was established in 2011. The NIWRC is dedicated to safeguarding Native women and children, reclaiming sovereignty, and providing culturally intelligent services to their people. The organization employs public awareness, resource development, policy development, as well as training and technical assistance to grassroots programs developing around the country on and near tribal land. The members of the organization provide leadership and research activities as a method to ensure that offenders are held accountable for their actions. The mission of NIWRC is to restore safety to Native women in their communities by upholding Indigenous people's inherent sovereignty. The organization provides grassroots advocate empowerment by creating and enhancing the ability of Native communities to put an end to the gender-based violence through public awareness and policy development. I believe that a change will come by removing the stigma associated with sexual assault, speaking out, and employing culturally intelligent programs tailored to the needs of the survivors. Tribal communities are integral in finding the path to the end of rape. The government moves slowly in their changes, protections, and services. And those services often do not meet the needs of the individual involved. The Indigenous community and the affected individuals know what is needed and becomes more powerful as they develop the programs and outreach in sharing their knowledge and creating ways to fund themselves.